Hi, I am Syed on Maths Online. Today's topic is numerical solution of polynomial and transcendental equations. Let us try to know what polynomial equation and what is transcendental equation means. So, a polynomial equation, or what is a polynomial equation? An equation which contains algebraic terms such as x, x square, x cube, and so on are called polynomial equations. Now, for example, if you write an equation in the form of, say, x square minus of 2x plus 1 is equals to 0. So this contains the algebraic terms over here, x square x. Therefore, it is called as a polynomial equation. Another example I can give, say 2x cube minus of 4x square plus 3x plus 2 is equals to 0. So this also contains algebraic expressions. Therefore, it is called as a polynomial equation. Let us try to see what is a transcendental equation. This is an equation which contains non-algebraic terms. Non-algebraic terms such as, so it can be an exponential term, it can be a logarithmic term, or it can be trigonometric terms. So it can be trigonometric terms like sine, cos, tan, whatever trigonometric terms you try to take. So this type of terms are called as transcendental equations. For example, if I try to write, say, e power of x minus of 2 is equals to 0. So here, this is an example of a transcendental equation. Similarly, if I want to take log value, so x log of x minus of x is equals to 0. So this is a transcendental equation because it contains log. Similarly, you can write 2 sine of x minus cos of x is equals to 0. It contains trigonometric expression, therefore it is called as transcendental equation. Suppose if you want to find out the roots of this type of equation, how to find out? So one result you have to remember. Suppose if I take a function, given the function f of x and the equation f of x is equals to 0. So this function can be a polynomial or a transcendental expression. Alright, so if that is the case, how to find out the roots of the equation and what is the condition for the root to exist for this particular equation? So let us take, suppose if there exist two values a comma b such that f of x has opposite signs. F of x will be having one positive and one negative. For a it might be positive, b it might be negative, or for a it might be negative, for b it might be positive. So in that way, if you get opposite sign, then in that case, that means for example, if I put x as a, in that case it might be less than 0, it might be negative. For b it might be positive, or it can be the other case also. F of a can be greater than 0, f of b can be less than 0. So, or it can even be possible, or f of a can be greater than 0 and f of b can be less than 0. This possibility is also there. If that is the case, then there will always exist. Then there always exist at least one real root. At least one real root in the interval a comma b. So whenever you take a, b, and if one becomes positive and one becomes negative, in that case there will always exist one real root, at least one real root. It can be even more than one real root, at least one real root in this interval a comma b. So this is how you can find out the real root for any of the equation. So here we are going to study, in the case of the transcendental equation, two methods we are going to study. One is the Newton-Raphson method, another one will be the regular-Falsy method. So we'll first start with the Newton-Raphson method. So in the case of Newton-Raphson method, we'll try to find out an approximate root of the given equation. Suppose if we have an equation, transcendental equation of this form, so we'll try to find out a real root for this given transcendental equation. So what is the formula for the formula for Newton-Raphson method? Suppose if you have x0 is the first approximate root, first approximation of the root. If x0 is the first approximation of the root of this equation, then we can try to find out the other roots of the equation by using the formula x1 is equals to x0 minus f of x0 divided by f dash of x0. So we can try to refine the solution, this x0 solution, by using this formula x1 is equals to x0 minus f of x0 divided by f dash of x0. So we'll be getting the second approximation. You can just go on repeating this process till you get the desired solution. So this repetition process is called as iterative process. So I'll be using the iterative process. So iterative process is nothing but the repetitive process. The repetitive process. We'll try to see how to use this repetitive process with the help of example. So let us start with the first example. Find the real root of the equation x cube minus 2x minus 5 is equals to 0, correct to 3 decimal places. So first we need to get the initial root x0. So that can be obtained by using the trial and error method. So how to find out that x0 value? So let us take the given function to be x cube minus of 2x minus of 5. So to get the required solution, just go on taking the value to be x is equals to 0, x is equals to 1 and so on. Suppose if you put x is equals to 0 over here, f of 0 will be how much? F of 0 over here, this becomes 0, this becomes 0, and that will be minus 5. So you're getting minus 5, which is a negative value. I have told you the rule over here. The one real root will lie between two values of a and b. I have already given you this condition. There is always one real root between a and b, such that one should be negative, one should be positive. So now I have got a negative value. Just check whether the next value will be positive or not. So now suppose if I take x is equals to 1 over here. So if x is 1, so put x as 1 over here. So f of 1 will be equals to 1 cube will be 1 minus 2 times of 1 minus of 5. So it is 1 minus of 2 minus of 5. So 1 minus 7. So 1 minus 7 will be how much? Minus of 6. Once again it is less than 0. This is also less than 0. This is also less than 0. That means there is no root lying between, no real root lying between 0 and 1. Therefore you have to go for the next value. X is equals to 2. So put the value of 2 there. X as 2. So it becomes 2 cube minus 2 times of 2 minus of 5. 2 cube will be 8, minus of 4, minus of 5. So 8 minus of 9 will be minus 1. Once again it is less than 0. So therefore you have to go for the next value. Put x is equals to 3 there in the given equation f of x. So f of 3 will be equals to how much? 3 cube minus 2 times of 3 minus of 5. So 2 cube is 27 minus 6 minus of 5. So 27 minus 6 minus 5 will be minus of 11. So 27 minus of 11 will be how much? 16. So is it greater than 0? So here you can see that one value is negative, one value is positive. So you got two values. So one value is your A value, another value you have got it as B value. That means one real root will lie between 2 and 3. So therefore a real root lies between these values of A and B. What is that A? 2, 3. So two roots are there, but for Newton-Raphson method you require only one root. So you can take one value over here. So x0 value you have to choose. So x0 value, let me take x0 to be equals to, so if I take this first value to be equals to x0, so let us take x0 value to be equals to 2. So once you know the value of x0, one root has been obtained, you have to approximate this solution up to 3 decimal places. Therefore I'll be using the Newton-Raphson formula. x0 value is known. I need to find out f of x0 and f dash of x0. So therefore we have the value of f of x to be how much? X cube minus 2x minus 5. So f of x0 you want, and also you want to find out f dash. So we'll try to differentiate this one. F dash of x will be equals to, differentiate this one. X cube differentiation will be 3x square minus 2x differentiation will be 2. Minus 5 is a constant. So derivative will be 0. You can just ignore it. Now I have to put x0 to be 2 over here. So put here x0. So put x as x0 and that x0 value to be 2. So if you put 2 there, it becomes 2 cube minus 2 times of 2 minus of 5. This value for 2 at x is equals to 2 I have already evaluated. Its value is how much? Minus 1. So we will not repeat that one. So minus 1 has been obtained. Here f dash of, so x value you can put it as 2. So it becomes 3 times of 2 square minus of 2. So 2 square is 4. 4 times of 3 will be 12 minus 2. So 12 minus of 2 will be 10. So I've got these two values. We'll try to plug in back there in the given Newton-Raphson formula. Your Newton-Raphson formula will be x1 will be equals to x0 minus f of x0 divided by f dash of x0. But the value of x0 that you have taken is 2 minus f of 2 divided by f dash of 2. Right? So therefore it is 2 minus. What is f of 2 value you got? You got minus of 1 whole divided by. What is f dash of 2 you got? You got it as 10. So it is minus of minus is plus 1 by 10. 1 by 10 can be written as 0.1. So 2 plus 0.1 will be 2.1. So I've got the first value, that is x1 value, I've got it as 2.1. Now once again you have to approximate this solution. So go for the next step. So we call that as iteration. So this was the first step. So therefore we call it as first iteration. Because we are repeating the process, iteration means repetition. So first iteration. Now we'll go for the second iteration. So in the case of second iteration, we'll be getting x2. The formula will be equals to x2. So now you have to just move one step ahead. This was x1 is equals to x0 minus f of x0 divided by f dash of x0. Now if you put x1 as x2, this will also move one step forward. x0 will become x1. So it becomes x1 minus f of x1 divided by f dash of x1. So x1 value is what? 2.1. Similarly, you have to find out f of x1 and f dash of x1. So x2 value will be equals to, what is x1? 2.1 minus f of x1 value is 2.1 whole divided by f dash of 2.1. So therefore we'll be getting 2.1 minus, what is f of x? So in place of x you just put it as 2.1, so it becomes 2.1 whole cube minus 2 times of 2.1 minus of 5. You can see that function f of x whole divided by f dash of x function is already known. You can just observe it is 3x square minus of 2. So 3 in place of x you have 2.1. So 2.1 whole square minus of 2. You just see I have typed all the values over here. You just verify it's 2.1 minus of, it's 2.1 whole cube minus 2 times of 2.1 minus of 5. It's whole divided by 3 times of 2.1 whole square minus of 2, right? That's the value you have. You can just check it. What is the solution you are getting in terms of the decimal? So that's the required solution. You can verify your solution also. So you'll be getting x2 value to be equals to, it is 2.0945645. You can approximate that to 6. So x2 value has been obtained. So we'll go for the next iteration, that is the third iteration. Third iteration, x3 will be equals to, now you write x3 to be x2 minus f of x2 whole divided by f dash of x2. So x2 value is known, it's 2.0946 minus f of 2.0946 whole divided by f dash of 2.0946. That will be equals to 2.0946 minus f of x value is known, which is x cube minus 2x minus 5. So in place of x you have to put 2.0946 whole cube minus 2 times of 2.0946 minus of 5 whole divided by f dash value you already know, you can just check it, 3x square minus of 2. So 3 times of x value over here is 2.0946 whole square minus of, it is 2. You can just simplify. I've already shown you in the previous step how to use the calculator. You just simplify and let me know the solution. What is the solution you're getting? Are you getting the same solution, 2.0946? So you can check that this present value and the previous value are the same up to 4 decimal place. So the question was to find out the approximate solution up to 3 decimal place. So however we are getting 3 decimal place as the same, the present and the previous value. So you have to repeat the process till the present and the previous solution. This x3 and x2 are the same. Therefore we'll stop the process and write down the final solution. So the final solution for this will be equals to, therefore x will be equals to 2.09, because he says up to only 3 decimal place. So this 4th decimal place have to be cut, because it is greater than 5. You need to add 1 to the previous decimal place. So we'll get x to be equals to 2.095. That will be the required solution. Find the real root of the equation by performing 2 iterations. So here f of x value is known. So f of x value is x cube plus x square plus 3x plus 4. Now we need to check by taking x is equals x, by taking different values of x, we need to find out the root. If you want to get one positive and negative, because all are positive over here, it is not possible for you to get one positive and negative value. So therefore what we'll try to do is we'll try to check for negative values. Because all are positive over here, we'll try to check for negative values. So starting with x is equals to 0, what will be f of 0? So this is 0 cube will be 0, 0 square will be 0, 3 times of 0 plus 4. So what you are getting? 4. It is a positive value, right? So now we'll try to check with, because now you take x is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever value you take, because all are positive, you will always be getting positive value. So for positive, we'll never get negative value here. So therefore we cannot go for positive. So observe that whenever you have all the positive values, check with the negative values of x. So I'll check with negative values of x. X is equals to minus of 1. So f of minus of 1 will be equals to, what do you get? Minus 1 whole cube minus of 1 whole square plus 3 times of minus of 1 plus 4. Minus 1 whole cube will be minus 1. Minus 1 whole square will be positive value. Even power will give you positive value. Plus 1. Plus into minus will be minus 3. And that is plus 4. So which will be equals to minus 1 plus 1 will get cancelled. 4 minus 3 will be 1. Once again you are getting positive value. So go for the next value. X is equals to minus 2 you can take. So put x as minus 2 there. So f of minus of 2 will be equals to, it is minus 2 whole cube plus minus 2 whole square plus 3 into minus of 2 plus 4. So whenever you have negative to the odd power, the value will be negative itself. So 2 cube will be 8. Here you are having negative to the even power. So whenever you have negative to the even power, it will be positive. And 2 square will become 4. This plus into minus is minus. 3 times of 2 will be 6. And last term plus 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 minus of 8 will cancel out. And what is left out? Minus of 6. This is a negative value. So previous was positive. This is negative. Which means a root will lie between. Whenever you have one positive and one negative, there is one root between minus 1 and minus 2. Therefore, the real root exists between the values of a and b. Therefore, the root lies between minus 1 and minus 2. The real root lies between minus 1 and minus 2. Therefore, let me take the value of x naught to be equals to minus 1. So, if you take x naught to be minus of 1 there, so in that case, your Newton-Raphson formula will be x1 is equals to x naught minus f of x naught divided by f dash of x naught. So you have the function value over here. You need to even find out its derivative. F dash of x, if you find the derivative of x cube will be 3x square plus derivative of x square will be 2x. 3 times of differentiation of x will be 1 plus the constant term, its derivative will be 0. So f dash you got 3x square plus 2x plus 3. So that you can substitute here. X naught value is how much? Minus of 1 minus f of minus of 1 divided by f dash of minus of 1. So minus 1 minus of. So what is f of x? In place of x you put minus 1. So it becomes minus 1 whole cube plus minus 1 whole square plus 3 times of minus of 1 plus 4 whole divided by f dash. F dash value is 3x square. X value is minus 1 whole square plus 2 times of x value is minus 1 plus 3. F of minus 1 you have already calculated 1. Right? F of minus 1. So that value of minus 1 is already known, it is 1. So you need not simplify once again. So this value, numerator value is 1 there. So which is minus of 1 minus that is 1 there. And this minus 1 whole square will be positive. So 3 it becomes. So 3 plus into minus is minus 2 plus 3. Or you can write minus 1 by 6 minus 2 will be 4. You just simplify by taking the LCM. So minus of 4 minus of 1. If you take the LCM, 4 into minus 1 will be minus 4 there. Which will be minus 5 by 4. Or in terms of decimal, you can just evaluate its value 5 divided by 4. So you'll be getting 1.25 with a negative sign minus 1.25. So I got x1 value to be equals to minus 1.25. So you have to take this particular value and go for the next iteration. What I have calculated is this first iteration. This is the first iteration I have calculated. He is asking only 2 iterations. So one more iteration I have to calculate. So after this first iteration, I will go for the second iteration. Second iteration, the formula will be x2 will be equals to x1 minus f of x1 divided by f dash of x1. But what is the value of x1 we have got? Minus 1.25 minus f of minus 1.25 divided by f dash of minus 1.25. which will be equals to minus 1.25 minus f of x value. So f of x is x cube, here x value is minus 1.25, so minus 1.25 whole cube plus minus 1.25 whole square plus 3 times of minus 1.25 plus 4 you have. That is your f of x value divided by f dash of x. So f dash of x, you can see I have got 3x square plus 2x plus 3. So 3 times of x value is minus 1.25 and it is whole square plus 2 times of x value is minus 1.25 plus 3. You can just check using the calculator, you can simplify this particular value. So you can check it is minus 1.25 minus of minus 1.25 whole cube plus minus 1.25 whole square plus 3 into minus 1.25 plus 4. This is the numerator value. Denominator we have 3 into minus 1.25 whole square plus 2 into minus 1.25 plus 3. So let us try to see what is the required solution. So you're getting minus 1.22289, or if you approximate, you can write down the solution to be minus 1.22289 it is there, or approximately if you want up to 4 decimal place, minus 1.222, because 9 is there, if you cut off it becomes 8 will become 9 there. So this will be the required solution, because he is asking only 2 iterations. So at the end of 2 iterations, whatever the solution you have, that will be the required solution. Find the real root of the equation x e power of x minus 2 is equals to 0, correct to 3 decimal places. So the value of f of x is given over here, x e power of x minus of 2. You have to differentiate this one, f dash of x is equals to, because x e power of x is there, you have to use the product rule. So UV rule. So x as it is, differentiation of e power of x will be e power of x plus, keeping e power of x as it is, differentiation of x will be how much? 1. Minus 2 is a constant, its derivative will be 0. So therefore you have got the value of f dash of x to be so much. Or if I take e power of x common, I will be left out with x plus 1. This is your f dash of x value. Now let us use the function value to find out the root of the equation. So for f of x, suppose if I put the value of x to be 0 there, so f of 0 will be equals to, x is 0, so 0 into anything will be 0 itself, minus 2. So therefore you get the first value to be minus 2, which is less than 0. So let us check another value, x is 1 there, so f of 1 will be equals to, x is 1 e power of 1 minus of 2. So just use the calculator and see what is the value will be getting. So it is just e minus of 2 you are getting. So you have to just check e minus of 2. Its value will be 0.7182. You can approximate it. You can just check this value I have typed in. It's e minus of 2. Alright, and I'm approximating and writing the value f of 1. So this is greater than 0. So 1 is negative, 1 is positive. Therefore the root lies between 0 and 1. Therefore the real root lies between a and b, that is 0, 1. So I will be taking the initial value x0 to be equals to, so you can choose any one value. So I will choose a non-zero value to be x0. So let x0 will be equals to 1. So if you choose a non-zero value, you will be getting more. Choose non-zero value and calculation becomes easy for us. So if you use the Newton-Raphson formula, so Newton-Raphson formula, x1 will be equals to x0 minus f of x0 divided by f dash of x0. So what is x0 value I have taken? 1 minus f of 1 divided by f dash of 1. So you have f of x value, you can just plug in the value of f of x and f dash of x. F of x is x e power of x. So x value over here is 1. So 1 into e power of 1 minus of 2 divided by f dash will be e power of x. So e power of 1 into x value is 1. So 1 plus 1. So just use this expression. F of x is x e power of x minus of 2, f dash of x is e power of x into x plus 1. So just taking the value of x as 1. So I get this required expression. Or if I want to rewrite this one, it's 1 minus e minus of 2 I have already calculated. F of 1 e minus of 2 is 0.7183. So I need not calculate it once again. 0.7183 divided by denominator 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 into e. So that is the required value. You can just check it, right? So therefore you will be getting 0.8679 if you try to approximate. Then go for, this was the first iteration. Here is the first iteration, right? First repetition you are doing. Then go for the second iteration. Second iteration will be your x2 value. So x2 will be equals to x1 minus f of x1 divided by f dash of x1. So what is x1 value here? 0.8679 minus f of 0.8679 divided by f dash of 0.8679, which will be equals to 0.8679. What is f of x value? F of x minus of 2 divided by f dash value. What is f dash value? E power of x. So e power of 0.8679 into x plus 1. 0.8679 plus 1. So you can just check it. The value that I have typed is 0.8679 minus of the 0.8679 in the numerator, right, into it is e power of 0.8679 minus of 2, that is the numerator value, divided by you have the denominator value, right? So what is the denominator value you have? Denominator value is e power of 0.8679 into it is 0.8679 plus 1. So let us try to check what is the solution that we will be getting over here. So therefore you have got it as 0.8527, right? 0.8527. So let us write down that particular value, 0.8527, 27 or 28 you can approximate for decimal place. Next to go for the third iteration. Third iteration will be x3 value. x3 value will be x2 minus f of x2 divided by f dash of x2. So you know the value of x2 to be 0.8528 minus f of 0.8528 whole divided by f dash of 0.8528. So just plug in those values here. Which will be equals to 0.8528 minus, what is f of x value? X e power of x minus 2. In place of x you put 0.8528, x into e power of x, 0.8528 minus of 2 whole divided by denominator value is f dash. F dash is e power of x into x plus 1. So e power of 0.8528 into 0.8528 plus 1. Just try to simplify this expression. Just check, I have typed in 0.8528. You can just check it, 0.8528, then minus of 0.8528 in the numerator into it is e power of 0.8528 minus of 2 in the denominator, e power of 0.8528 into it is 0.8528 plus 1. So let us try to see what is the solution you will be getting over here. So you got it's 0.8526. So you can write it as 0.8526. 0.8526. So you can see that in the second iteration 0.852. So 852 here, third iteration also 0.852. So almost the same. Three decimal places approximation is asking. So 3 decimal places are exactly the same in the third and the second iteration. Therefore you can stop the process and write down the solution. So therefore you can write down the solution to be equals to x to be equals to 0.85, because 2 after 2 you are having 6, a value greater than 5, therefore you can approximate write 0.853. So that will be your required solution. So next question is find the cube root of 37 correct to 3 decimal places. So cube root he is asking. So if I take x to be equals to, you want to find out the cube root of 37, right? If we take x to be equals to cube root of 37, this is what I want to find out. So if you want to remove cube root, so cube root represents to the power of 1 by 3. So if you want to remove to the power of 1 by 3, I have to cube on both sides. So cubing on both sides. Cubing on both sides. So this becomes x cube over here and 37 to the power of 1 by 3, and it is whole cube. So this cube and divided by 1 by 3 will cancel out. You will be getting x cube to be equals to how much? X cube to be equals to 37. Or you get in the form of equation, get 37 on this side becomes x cube minus of 37 to be equals to 0. So what I have got is, I have got the value of f of x here. So f of x value is x cube minus of 37. So if you want to use the Newton-Raphson method, you can use f dash of x. So f dash of x means differentiation of x cube. Differentiation of x cube will be 3x square minus 37. It is a constant, its derivative will be 0. So you can ignore that one. So now I need to check which are the values that will satisfy this particular expression. Alright. So if you try to see directly, you can put the value of x over here as 0, 1, 2, 3, or the other way if you try to see, you are trying to calculate the cube root of 37. So cube root of 37 lies between what range? If you try to observe that one, so 37, you are trying to find out the cube root of 37. So what is the cube of 2? What is the cube of 3? Right, cube of 2 is 8, cube of 3 is 27, right? Cube of 4, 64. So cube root of 37. So somewhere over here, cube root of 37. So if I take cube root of 27, it will be 3. If I take cube root of 8, I will be getting 2. If I take cube root of 64, I will be getting 64. So where does cube root of 37 lies? Between 3 and 4. So which means that this root will lie between 3 and 4. You can use this method because he has directly asked cube root. You can find out. If it doesn't get this idea, then just put x as 0, x as 1, x as 2, x as 3 and x as 4. Just try to check it. But I will not be checking for 0, 1, 2. I will just check for 3 and 4 because I know the cube root will lie between 3 and 4 itself. You can check for 0 to 1 and check. You will not be getting 1 positive and 1 negative. So this part I will leave it as a homework for you. You can try it. So I will start with 3 and 4. So if I put x as 3 here, I will be getting f of 3 to be equals to, it will be 3 cube minus of 37, which is 27 minus of 37 will be minus of 10. That is less than 0. Next, if I take x as 4 here, so f of 4 will be, this will be 4 cube minus of 37. What is 4 cube? 4 cube will be 64 minus 37. So you will be getting 27. 64 minus of 37 will be 27. And this value is greater than 0. So you can see that 1 is less than 0, 1 is greater than 0. Just using this logic. Using this logic, I came to know that the cube root lies between 3 and 4. So directly in only one step you can get it. Otherwise you have to check from 0 to 2. It will not satisfy. Then you have to come for 3 and 4. So therefore the root lies between, therefore the real root lies between a and b. So the value of a and b is what? 3 and 4. So therefore you can choose the value of x0 to be equals to say 3. So this value will be choosing as x0. So now you can use the Newton-Raphson method and try to complete the solution. So you have x1 to be equals to x0 minus f of x0 divided by f dash of x0. That is the value you have. So x0 value is known. Your value of x0 you have taken as 3 minus f of 3 divided by f dash of 3. So which will be equals to 3 minus f of x value is known. F of x is x cube. So 3 cube minus of 37 divided by f dash value is 3x square. So 3 times of 3 square. Right? So just plugging in f of x and f dash of x. So it is 3 minus, it is 27 minus of 37 divided by 9 times of 3 will be 27. Or it's 3 minus, this will be minus 10 divided by 27. Or you can just use the calculator and also you can check it. That is the required value will be getting, which is nothing but 3.3704. I'll try to approximate it. So that is the first approximation or the first iteration. We'll go for the second iteration now. So second iteration, you have the value to be equals to x2 to be equals to x1 minus f of x1 divided by f dash of x1. What is x1 value? 3.3704 minus f of 3.3704 divided by f dash of 3.3704, which will be equals to 3.3704 minus, what is f of x value? F of x value is x cube minus 37. So x value over here is 3.3704 whole cube, x cube minus 37 divided by f dash. What is f dash value? F dash value is 3x square. So x value is 3.3704, 3x square. You just check it. I have just typed in the values over here. So the values are 3.3704, it is minus of 3.3704 whole cube minus of 37. It is divided by 3 into 3.3704 whole square. Right? Just check it. What is the solution will be getting over here. So that is the solution you are getting. So therefore, if I try to rewrite, it is 3.3327. If you approximate it, that is the second iteration you have. So because it is 3 decimal place, just try to check here. You're getting first iteration 37. Here you're getting 3. So second decimal place itself is not matching. So you have to get 3 decimal places. So therefore we'll go for the third iteration. So you have to repeat the process till you get up to 3 decimal places. So third iteration, your value will be x3 will be equals to x2 minus f of x2 divided by f dash of x2. So let us just try to plug in that value of x2 here. So x3 will be equals to x2 will be 3.3327 minus f of 3.3327 whole divided by f dash of 3.3327, which will be equals to 3.3327 minus the function value f of x will be 3x cube minus 37. So x cube value is 3.3327 whole cube minus of 37 divided by f dash is 3x square. 3 x value is 3.3327 whole square. 3x square. So here x I am taking is 3.3327. So once again use the calculator and try to simplify this one. Just observe the values I've typed in: 3.3327 minus 3.3327 whole cube minus of 37, that is the numerator value, divided by, it is 3 times of 3.3327 whole square. Right, let us just check what is the solution will be getting over here. So that's the solution you are getting. So 3.3322 you have. So just check. So next we'll go for the fourth iteration. Because so 3322 you have, a 3327 you have. So therefore we'll go for the next iteration. X4 will be equals to, it is x3 minus f of x3 divided by f dash of x3. So what is this x3 value here? X3 value is 3.3322 minus f of 3.3322 divided by f dash of 3.3322, which will be equals to 3.3322 minus, what is f of x? X cube. So x value is 3.3322 x cube minus 37 divided by, it is 3x square. So 3 times of x value is 3.3322 whole square. You just see that I have typed here over here 3.3322 minus of, in the numerator, 3.322 whole cube minus of 37. The denominator is 3 times of 3.3322 whole square. Let us just try to see what is the solution we are getting. You can see 3.3322, almost the same. This solution and the previous solution is almost the same. You can just check it. So therefore you can write the solution as 3.3322. So you can see this solution, present solution, and the previous solution are the same. Therefore we'll stop the process and write the solution to be. So what we are finding? We are finding out cube root of 37. That was the question. So cube root of 37 is 3.3322. So that is the required solution. So we have got the cube root as 3.3322, but he is asking us to write down the solution only up to 3 decimal place. So just take only 3 decimal place. So 3.332. So that will be the required solution. Now we need to check whether this solution is right or wrong. So therefore we'll directly put in the calculator the cube root of 37 and try to check. So what will be the cube root of 37? So cube root of 37 will be equals to, check it, it's almost the same. So 3.3322. So that is what we have got the solution. That means our solution is right. Just to cross verify whether what solution you have got is right or wrong. Therefore the solution is the right solution. So that completes the Newton-Raphson method. That's all I have for you. Thank you.